Ooh 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 ah ah ah. Ooh 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 ah ah ah. Ooh 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 ah ah ah. Ooh ooh ah ah ah. Everybody, how's it going? It is 9:01 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time here in Los Angeles. I am suspended on Twitch. Let's do this. Let's do this, Hassan. It's Friday, April 21st, 2023 AD. Anno Domini. Let's do this fun clip of my queen. I shouldn't do that. Clip 43 here. Let's listen to the queen, Marjorie Greene, going off, calling somebody a liar. I meant to get to this yesterday. She called a liar, and that was Alejandro Mayorkas, but she was out of order. Typical woman, out of order. Too much, Marjorie Greene. But these phonies, maybe even worse than her, maybe, I'm not sure. Probably. Here she is, and here's the reaction against her. She's in a committee going to Alejandro Mayorkas, who's like the Homeland Security guy or something like that. I think he is. Like is he a Cuban Jewish guy or something like that? Foreigner, fox guarding the hen house. Ridiculous. Here it is.
Outrage, complete outrage, where China is poisoning America's children, poisoning our teenagers, poisoning our young people. How long are you going to let this go on?
Congresswoman, let me assure you that we're not letting it go on. We are fighting this.
No, I reclaim my time. You're a liar. You are letting this go on, and the numbers.
Well,
no, obviously.
Actually, I want you to take the words of the speaker down.
They flash forward.
So in making a ruling on this, it's pretty clear that the rules state you can't impugn someone's character. Identifying or calling someone a liar is unacceptable in this committee. And I make the ruling that we strike those words.
She broke the rules.
Sorry, just a point of order, legitimate question.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Did you move to take the words down or to strike them, Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, sorry, I just stepped in.
Take them down.
Benny Thompson. He doesn't belong in there.
My understanding is if words are taken down, that means that the member can no longer speak in whatever the proceeding is that those words were said.
Personal inquiry. Point of personal inquiry.
There's no such thing.
Stand by just a second. House, when we strike, it does terminate the time of the individual who is speaking. So the gentlelady is no longer recognized. The chair now recognizes Mr. Ivey, I believe.
Can I make a point of inquiry, Mr. Chairman?
You can.
So the ruling was that because she used the word liar, that was taken down, which I agree with.
Yes.
But accusing
a statement of fact is very similar to the posters that Mr.
There's no statement of fact.
There's no statement of
bullshit.
There's no
statement.
Whoa. Sorry, kids.
We're not here to debate this, okay? And the ruling was made by the chair that these previous words were not against the rules of Clause 1 and Clause 4 of Rule 17. But to tell someone that they are a liar is, it's pretty clear in the rules.
Slander is clearly covered by the rule.
Slander. Who's slandering whom? What a mess. What a joke our country is. Gentle lady. Gentle woman. No, it's lady. She doesn't belong in there, and neither do any of them. Oh, terrible. Anyway, guys, we are going to be talking about... What are we going to be talking about? Oh, my goodness. Some gross sensationalism. The topics. Gross sensationalism of these mass murders. I even hesitate to really talk about it. But for gun control, I saw this story in Revolver.news. Hey, you guys proud of me? I went to Revolver.news. And I was disgusted by the by the headline that I saw. Terrible. And some other things that I want to get to, maybe Greta Thunberg. I may have to censor that one because I don't want to get suspended for like using copyright because it's like an awards show. She was at an awards show. This mentally ill Swedish child, no longer a child, but she's a mess. She's the radical activist against climate change hysteria woman. There's another couple of evil women. Slotkin, that Slotkin woman, who's saying, oh, the Republicans don't say what they want to cut. They won't say what they want to cut. Marjorie Greene versus the world. Shout out to Marjorie Greene. She's trying. But maybe she was out of line there. Inwardly out of control. Puffing up. You got to be calm in dealing with these evil people. There's a time for everything, I guess. But anyway, guys, all that doesn't sound like much. And your calls. We can also talk about that guy that, you know, the white man, the persecuted white man, if you still want to talk about that, over in Kansas City, who shot the, I don't know what even gun that he used. Shot the young man who knocked on the wrong door over in Kansas City, and they're charging him. It's crazy. And your super chats. But anyway, guys, it's Friday. It's time for the AJ Gallardo original theme song. Let's get right on with the show.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys, we're gonna have a loosey-goosey Friday show. I hope you enjoy it. How'd you like a JLP guest hosted by Hake, Nick, and Hassan? I thought that was cool. It was fun. We will get to your calls and some stories.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I am fine. I am wearing, I've already pointed this out, it feels like deja vu all over again. My Jesse Lee Peterson t-shirt, uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. Nice. Right on. Where's Jesse? Jesse Lee is out of town. Back east somewhere, I think. I'm not even quite sure. One of those states in New England, they need Jesus. So he's bringing Jesus to them. Nice. Being enlightened till I rise says, morning, Hake, putting in the work today, huh? Yes, indeed. Thank you for the super chat over there. Being enlightened till I rise. I surely am. Let me start off right here with another super chat over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Based America First bought a coffee and wrote, bright people. He may be using that in the Maze way. Maze from Dayton, Ohio calls dumb people bright. I don't know, you do the math. She's black. Bright people in Germany closed their last nuclear power plant. Now, electricity consumers pay 45% more to import nuclear-generated electricity from France to handle the power grid shortfall. Germany is a poster child for green energy, high cost and poor service for everyone. Thank you, Based America First. He's on it. He knows about the green energy stuff. And that is wild. So they're importing it 45% more. Thanks a lot. Bright people in Germany. Bright people in Germany turned Germany into a gun-free country. And now the men are not independent. They're dependent on their government to protect them because they cannot protect themselves from either their own government or one another, the evil people among them, or foreign invaders or foreigners who have been allowed in, or the rape refugees. The women cannot protect themselves against the rape refugees because women are weaker than men physically. And armed women, a gun is the great equalizer. And so they could, threaten or assault or shoot a would-be attacker, would-be rapist, rape refugeeist. But no, they can't do that anymore. No guns. But at least there are not gun deaths. Give me a break. Gun deaths are not the only evil. It's kind of like teen pregnancy. Oh, we reduced teen pregnancy. Well, teen pregnancy is not the only evil. Yeah, you're doing sex out of wedlock with the I can't even say the C word because it's so dumb. Get it? I don't want to say it in front of the kids. Yeah, you're bringing in more evil for the false solution to the addressing the symptoms. Typical woman, atheistic, or atheist. Sorry, Lin Chen, you don't have to say ick. If it's atheist is already an adjective. Typical intellectual woman addressing the symptoms, not addressing the root issue. Evil government. How far Germany has fallen. What a shame. Terrible. Thank you, Based America First. The government is not to be trusted. The experts are not to be trusted. They don't bring in solutions. They bring in more complications. They act with no common sense, and then they look at statistics and they be like, "Oh, statistics show we should let the transgenders transition because it's good for them. We're well-being." Evil. DJ Alan Paul with the diamond says, 5 hours of James Tawny Hark. Nice. Thank you. What's tawny? Tawny. Define. Or an orange-brown, yellowish-brown color. Nice. I like that. I can go with that. I appreciate that, DJ Alan Paul. Right on. Anyway, thanks guys for the super chats. Is there any follow-up to that Marjorie Greene thing? Oh yeah, Joe Walsh. I played you that clip in the first beginning of the show, first minute and a half actually of the show, of Marjorie Taylor Greene. ACYN shared that clip that I just played, 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. I'm not going to play it again. Her questions for Mayorkas ended abruptly as she calls him a liar because he's not doing everything he can. Spoiler alert, it says atheistic and atheistical are both acceptable English words according to Wiktionary, but not Lin Chen. It's one of his, I don't like the word pet peeve, but he does not appreciate redundant or over excess. He does not appreciate excess syllables. Just trying to sound all big. It's like utilized, totally unnecessary word, but useful sometimes. Anyway, Marjorie Greene's words were taken down. Goldman notes that the rules prohibit her from continuing. Greene asks, point of personal inquiry. Goldman says there's no such thing. Whatever, she's trying. I appreciate her. I heard that according to the far left radical homosexual outlet Raw Story, it's a disgusting outlet. The GOP Grand Old Party, RINO Party, is enraged over her committee outburst, and they're threatening to boot her from her committee. And, I suppose she's in the wrong for this. Maybe she got puffed up. And certainly they're wrong, too, because they're all these rules followers, and then they're following the rules, destroying the country. And she's breaking the rules, trying to help the country, but she's breaking the rules, getting too passionate and messing herself up, is my speculation about what happened. I don't really know the whole story, so I could be wrong. Alejandro Mayorkas is a liar. blamed him for fentanyl deaths around the country. The outburst violates House rules, impugning the character of a witness. And he has no character. He's evil. And I'll gladly impugn his character. I'll change the rules. But Hake, if were he in that position, I would follow the rules. I would say that's a lie, because then you're not impugning his character, right? But he has no character. We have to play patty cake with these evil dirtbags. Challenge him to a duel next time, Lin Yin-chin. Challenge him to a butterfly pull-up contest. People are saying that's rowing, Hake. Anyway. The tirade forced Chairman Mark Greene, a Republican of Tennessee, to shut down her questioning and bar her for speaking for the rest of the hearing. Commie Nonsense Network reporter Melanie Zanona says Republicans behind the scenes are furious with her, and so she's gossiping. GOP tensions flaring over her committee hearing outburst, according to her tweet. Whatever. Privately reprimand her, encouraged McCarthy to remove her from the committee if she did that again. She doubled down on her rhetoric, accusing her GOP colleagues of doing the bidding of Democrats. She may not be acting wisely in this. I don't know. Maybe she's fine. I don't know. But she is a woman, so you can't really trust a woman to handle herself correctly, to deal with this evil. She may be kind of one of those overreacting, people. They had to waste valuable hearing time over the dust-up, said the report. Tony Gonzalez of Texas called Greene a friend he's hosted in his district, said the incident was unfortunate, supported the chairman's decision to silence her. I thought he did a good job managing the committee as best he could. The sooner we get back to a kind of civility amongst colleagues, the better for everybody, he told Commie Nonsense. Greene, a far-right lawmaker, meaning centrist, normie, who has embraced the QAnon conspiracy theory in the past. I don't know how much of that is really true. They just claim that. Was previously stripped, although she did bring up Jewish space lasers, which is kind of funny. It's just funny. Who cares? Stripped of all her committee assignments by a full vote of the House last Congress. After it merged, she promoted social media calls for Democrats to be executed. Probably for, I don't know if that's, how much of that's a fair characterization. Maybe for, what is that called? Treason? She was an integral figure in brokering a deal to get McCarthy elected Speaker, after which Republicans restored her committee assignments. So now she's on the thin ice again. Terrible. You know what? The AC is a little chilly now, huh? Maybe, I don't know if we need to turn it off, but because I don't think they need it out there. I think you could just cut it. So turn up, don't, turn off, well, turn the AC to like, I don't know. Turn up the thermostat so that it's, so it shuts off. I mean, I guess you could turn that off. Yeah, you could close it. Then it's not blowing. Anyway. Thank you. Terrible. So that's the story about Marjorie Greene. Oh, and I have to share with you this sleazy, phony, fake outrage. Joe Walsh. He's one of those Tea Party guys whom we used to like, I feel like. Joe Walsh. Tea Party. Joe Walsh, Illinois politician. William Joseph Walsh, born in 1961. Talk radio host, former social worker, former 2020 Republican president. I didn't know he ran for president. Wait. Yeah, he tried to run for president against Trump. He's an anti-Trumper guy. And I think he was Tea Party. Yeah, he was popular with the Tea Party movement. But in the 1990s, he identified as a moderate Republican. Later became a conservative and a Tea Party activist. But he's a phony. Well, I call him a phony because he's a Trump hater. And so he refers to this Marjorie Greene woman as crude, ignorant. She is crude in that she cusses sometimes. Ignorant. Okay, whatever. Dishonest, cruel, a bully. That's not very conservative words. You're talking like a woman, a liberal. She is this Republican Party, says Joe Walsh on Twitter. Liked by evil, I have the tweet, I think. Liked by evil Ted Lieu. Yeah, Joe Walsh, Ted Lieu, anti-MTG. Ted Lieu is a Democrat. So this phony moderate Republican Tea Party guy, that's why I caution the people about these supposed Trump supporter candidates, because they're wolves in sheep's clothing. This guy was supposedly a Tea Party guy. Tea Party were the somewhat based boomers, although they would kick out the people who had Confederate flags and Nazis and stuff like that, because they're like, oh, you guys are just infiltrators. You guys are just Democrats trying to make us look bad. So they would self-police. But the Tea Party were not liking Obama and George W. Bush and all these people who were spending all kinds of money, the RINOs and the Democrats. And they were for bringing back Christianity and sanity and Constitution and stuff. But this guy, look at him. He has a Democrat liking his tweet, bashing Marjorie Greene. What a joke. Same Joe Walsh, right? Same Joe Walsh? I think it is. Terrible, huh? What a mess. A bully. Talk like a woman. The whole establishment, she's standing against the whole establishment. She's the bully. Okay. Give me a break. She's dishonest. The whole establishment, which he's part of, apparently, is dishonest and cruel and ignorant and evil and forcing their stuff down our throats. But she's the bully. Okay. Maybe she's become a little bit of what she hates. Who knows? But anyway, shout out to Marjorie Greene. We still we cherish her. We cherish the women, even those who are trying to play politician. What a mess. One other quick story before I get to calls. You can call in 1-888-775-3773. I will get to you. But gross sensationalism for gun control. I kind of hesitated to share this with you guys. Cover your ears, faint of heart. Children, maybe. Some children are tough. But I wouldn't blame you for covering your ears for this, because it's disgusting. I saw this in revolver.news. Also in the far left foreign outlet, I'm calling them far left, I don't know. Mirror.co.uk, whatever. Is that what it is? Mirror.co.uk. Far left foreign outlet, sleazy. I have no idea what the Mirror is really about, but I put them in the realm of the far left foreign outlet Daily Mail and the far left New York Post, sleazy, tabloidy outlet, right? Sloppy. There's the headline. Evil shooter. This is about the Uvalde kids. You know, the Uvalde school shooter and the kids got shot up in Uvalde, Texas, several months back. I liked how they call him evil. Evil school shooter wrote LOL. And cover your ears, kids and ladies, and faint of heart. I'm serious about this. And cover your eyes too. In victim's blood on the whiteboard after murdering the 19 kids. And I don't know if this is real news or fake news, because it's a headline from a sleazy outlet, and it's written by and it was stated by a Democrat politician. Probably a Hispanic politician, by the way, just FYI. Democrat. The grim revelation about the actions of the evil gunman, I call him gun male, Salvador, actually I call him murderer, Salvador Ramos, alleged murderer, right? Salvador Ramos, who had an antagonistic relationship with his mother and father, absent father, and shot his grandmother before going to the school. Came during a hearing of a bill that would raise the age to purchase certain semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21. So an article by Charlie Jones, out 19th of April, here, 2023. Twisted school shooter opens the article. Twisted. I like these adjectives. that's partly what I like about Daily Mail and Mirror and New York Post is they get creative. It's kind of like the Inquirer. They describe things in more colorful ways. Twisted school shooter. Salvador Ramos scooped up, oh, this is gross, man, a handful of his child victim's blood and smeared it on a whiteboard before writing LOL. It has been revealed. Evil gunman Ramos, age 18, massacred 19 innocent children in a sickening rampage. And I don't know if that is accurate, those numbers, because I heard that he killed, maybe it was 19 children and then some adults, like an adult. I don't know. In a sickening rampage at Robb Elementary School in Tejas, Uvalde, Texas, 50 miles from the border, a bunch of Hispanics. It's a liberal town. Liberals shooting up liberals, right? So evil. Though, regardless. After first shooting his own grandmother at a house in May last year. Oh, so it was nearly a year ago. I like how they call him evil. Nice. Here's the picture of him. Remember these pictures? Evil Salvador Ramos. I laugh just because it's kind of like how Hake would put it. Kind of. A little. I have pictures of the children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18. 6 times 3 is 18. But I only see 18 faces, but the sloppy article reads the tragic faces of the 19 massacred children. But how come I only see 18? I'm assuming, right? Because 3 rows of 6 columns is 18. I can do math. Look at these cute little children. There's even a white girl or two in there, or white Hispanic, and then the full-blown Hispanic children. Maybe an Asian or American Indian gal. Shut Up by Salvador Ramos. It is evil. So is killing babies in the womb. So is hating your fellow man. So is hating Alejandro Mayorkas for being a liar. So is hating Marjorie Greene for being crude and a bully. Anyway, I'm changing the subject a little bit, but those are the kids that got shot up. And so, the parents are involved. Okay, so I think I have, who said this? Because somebody said it was a Democrat, so we can't even really believe it. Okay, here it is. Democrat from El Paso in the Texas State House of Representatives, Joe Moody, said it was during an emotional hearing with so-called victims' families, so-called families. A lot of times these were messed up families. The father's not married and, not there. Marked the first time Texas lawmakers have given any proposed gun restrictions a hearing since the massacre. Joe Moody, Democrat of El Paso, Democrat Texas House Representative. The attackers scooped up the blood of his victims and smeared it into his disgusting message. What he wrote in innocent blood next to that whiteboard was the phrase LOL. Oh, I guess next to the smear. I don't know. LOL. LOL stands for lots of laughs if you're Colin Flaherty, or laughing out loud if you're anybody else. Rest in peace, Colin Flaherty. The statement by Joe Moody, which I believe it's in poor taste, but yet I'm covering it on the Hake Report, caused those attending to gasp and openly sob. The late-night hearing started Tuesday morning and stretched past midnight, underlined both sustained anger is evil, anger caused the mass murder, and anger is the reaction to the mass murder. I don't think so. I don't think that's the solution. By some Uvalde families nearly a year after the shooting. Much of the debate centered on the proposal that would raise the age to purchase semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21 years old, which Governor Greg Abbott, Republican governor, has opposed. Well, good for him, you RINO. Good for him. That's dumb. I say we lower the age and make them responsible earlier, younger. Salvador Ramos should be I say we get rid of no-fault divorce. I don't know if his mother divorced the father or if his father never married the mother or what happened with Salvador Ramos. But Salvador Ramos' mother, too, was a mess. Didn't she get in trouble recently? Like in January or something? For some kind of like assault or... I don't know. I don't remember. But these useful idiots... The victims' families are now campaigning and meeting with phony politicians to bring their phony emotional solutions, emotional, intellectual, false solutions, because they don't want to deal with the own evil of their own evil, messed up families and the communities around them. They want to just take away the rights of the people. Of the good kids, the good 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds who should be armed. Tess didn't have a choice in life or death, said Veronica Mata. Interesting last name, huh? Anyway, referring to her 10-year-old daughter who was among those killed in the Uvalde classroom. But you as lawmakers have a choice in what her life will be remembered for. Her life will be remembered for being an excuse to take away the rights of the good people in overreaction to the evil people by fellow evil people. What a mess. That's the legacy of your daughter, Veronica Mata. I knew some Matas. Mata. M-A-T-A. Mata. Family and friends of victims have returned to the Texas Capitol on multiple occasions to protest and meet with lawmakers because they're against the guns, most of them, because they're suckers. They have also called for more police accountability after hundreds of law enforcement officers, hundreds? See, I don't know if this is true. Hundreds of law enforcement officers on the scene waited more than an hour to breach the 4th grade classroom and confront the shooter. Was it really hundreds? Or was it dozens? Was it hundreds? I don't know if Uvalde would have hundreds of police officers. What's the size of the police force in Uvalde, Texas? I don't even know. But that's the sloppiness of the mirror. Ridiculous. Anyway, let me get to Tony in California on the line. And I will get to your super chats, guys. Tony in California, what mess do you bring us today?
Good morning. How the heck are you, bro? And happy 420 day, the latest 20 day, 420.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Do you smoke pot?
All my life.
I can tell.
It's meditation. Come from God.
Meditation comes from God?
Exactly. That's where it comes from the ground.
Did you say meditation or medication?
Medication. Medication.
That didn't help.
Yeah, but how you doing today, Hanky?
I'm doing fine, my evil fellow man.
Why you call me evil, man? Why would you say that about your fellow human being?
All fellow human beings are evil, and you are definitely evil. You love to lie, you love to slander, but you have a nice, fake, joyful voice about it, so it's mildly pleasant.
Well, I think you talking about the Jesse Lee Peterson show. and the Hank report.
Right, you call both of our shows. Have you called into Nickstream, the Anchor Baby show?
Yes, I called into Nickstream. He's still learning. I take it easy on him. He's still learning. American
Anchor Baby.
Yeah.
Noon on weekdays, but today's Friday. He's going to be live at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Like Justin said he's an illegal immigrant.
No, he's not. He's an Anchor Baby. His mother was an illegal.
Oh, his mother was?
Yeah.
But his father was, right?
Well, actually, I don't even know if they were illegals. They were just here, but not citizens, and then they had him.
Justin said that they are illegal aliens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Nick is not the illegal alien. He should be,
Why
but he should be. I mean, we would call him an illegal Anchor Baby, but according to the the misinterpretation of the 14th Amendment. We pretend, he was born here, therefore he's a citizen. And
okay.
So he is.
But
Technically, he is. But go ahead.
The reason I'm calling you is this. How come children today can't even play in the yard, kickball, or throw the ball, and the ball rolls into somebody else's yard without getting shot?
Children can do that. One child did that and got shot. One child did do that and got shot. So in general, children can do that. But
no, not today. You can't turn around. No, you can't. You remember seeing that movie called The Wrong Turn?
No, I have not seen that.
Okay.
I was sheltered.
Yeah, well, they got a movie called Wrong Turn. And these folks, I guess teenagers or 20-year-old, they turned in the wrong driveway. And the dude came out the house with a shotgun and shot at the car and killed this very, very innocent 20-year-old female. White female is that.
And that was a movie?
No, that's reality. It happened a couple, 3 days ago. I think that happened a while back.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, you can't turn around nobody's yard. You can't knock on somebody's door or ring the bell, and you can't play in the yard and let the ball go into somebody's yard. White folks just want to see that what these guns are taking over the world and killing people because their hands are people that's insane.
People are insane today. You're trying to blame guns? You woman? Are you being a woman right now and blaming the guns?
No, but sir, listen, Hanky.
Answer the question.
Listen, Hank.
Are you blaming the guns?
I'm blaming the people that allow these guns to be in these people's hands. Yes.
No, that's ridiculous.
How is that ridiculous?
Because you're not blaming the evil heart.
Let me ask you a question.
You're not blaming the evil heart because you participate in the religion of anger and evil and emotions. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And so you don't want to call out the fellow.
Do you have a vehicle?
You don't want to call out the evil of your fellow man because your evil is in you too.
Do you have a vehicle?
Yes, I have a vehicle.
Okay. So don't you got to register that vehicle?
Yes, I do.
And don't you got insurance on that vehicle?
Yes.
So that's the same thing with a gun. If
guns do not need to be registered.
Excuse me.
No.
You're supposed to have that gun registered, and you're supposed to have insurance on that gun.
In the People's Republic of Communist Evil California, yes, you are correct. We do have to do that. But in reality, we should not have to do that. Because
Why not? If you shoot somebody for no reason, you should be sued for everything you own.
Sued? If you shoot for somebody for no reason, you should.
No reason.
It's not about a lawsuit. That's a crime. That's called a crime, Tony.
On your door, you should be sued for everything that you ever own.
That's ridiculous. It's called a crime, Tony.
Excuse me?
It's called a crime. It's already against the law to shoot somebody for no reason.
Wait a minute. It's called a crime.
Yeah, it's called a crime. There's no necessary lawsuit for that. That's ridiculous.
But I'm saying, listen what I'm saying here, Hanky.
The point is,
if you put
Tony,
insurance on there, people will think twice about losing everything they got.
That's dumb.
That's not dumb. That's the truth of the matter.
No, the truth of the matter is more people should be armed, and we should address the anger of the people rather than encourage the anger of the people.
Wait a minute. This is America. You talking about anger?
Yes.
And the hatred?
Yes.
Anger and hatred goes hand in hand.
Yes, I know. You are the same thing. You are a hateful person.
No, listen. Y'all speak on this every day, but you don't speak on it. Yesterday, you had a show. I was trying to call you so badly, boy, but you wouldn't answer that phone. You had a segment of black people crying back in 1913. 2013. I said, wait a minute, why you got to go that far back? Look at the white folks crying today, and what they doing.
But blacks are doing crime. Blacks are doing crime today. What's your point?
Excuse me.
Blacks are doing more crime than white people are doing today.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is. See, you're a liar. You're a liar and an angry, hateful person.
There you go with this name call. You Christians call people names all the time.
I can impugn your character. Because it's in the rules of the Hake report that I get to impugn your character because you have no character.
God, really?
You lack character.
You don't know me, sir. You just think. You just
I know enough. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And Tony from California's mouth overflows with cherry-picked white crimes, and he downplays the black crimes, and he makes the excuse of registering the guns and ensuring, so you're going to have to think twice about shooting, whereas you can't think twice. Blacks can't think twice when they're resisting arrest with the police. No amount of death, no amount of blacks dying at the hands, no amount of blacks dying at the hands of police have made the blacks resist arrest less. It has not. We have to deal with the anger of the heart.
That don't give you no.
You were on hold. Nobody heard you just now. You were on hold. Go ahead.
Okay. I said if you resist an arrest, that gives the police no justification to kill somebody.
You changed the subject. You changed the subject, buddy.
Excuse me. If you got their ID, you got their address and you got their name and all the information about the individual. Catch up with them later.
You changed the subject. I'm talking about thinking twice.
You talk about the police.
You brought up thinking twice. You brought up thinking twice before you shoot somebody, right?
Yes.
How about thinking twice before you resist arrest?
Come on, man. Why are you? Now you changed the subject.
No, I'm talking about thinking twice.
I'm talking about if I'm not going to
you can't think twice if you're angry
because I'm at the wrong address.
My point is, Tony, you can't think twice
answer that question.
if you're angry. Tony, we're talking about thinking twice. I'm the boss of this show, and I'll crack the whip and make you talk about what I want to talk about.
You're the co-worker of that show. You're not the boss of that show. You're the co-worker of that show.
I'm the whatever. I'm the host. I'm the host.
That man is the boss of that show.
But you're not the boss, are you?
Definitely is.
You're not the boss, are you?
Every time you feel like it.
Are you the boss?
I know. I'm just a bureau.
You see?
I'm just calling in to change your understanding and give you some tips for the matter.
When you're angry, you don't think twice, do you?
I do.
I know, but people who are angry in a fit of rage,
I can't speak for them.
They don't think twice. I can. I've seen blacks resist arrest, and it makes no sense. And I've seen people commit shootings, and it makes no sense because when you're angry, you do evil things.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
You say you seen blacks resist arrest,
yes.
But then you switched up and say, I seen some people, like what people? White people?
Everybody. Blacks.
Okay, so why would you specifically said black people, but then you call the rest of the people people?
Right. Because blacks blacks commit more mass shootings. Did you know that?
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
A lie.
No, it's not.
And you know it's a lie.
No, it's not. It's the truth.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
Who got more shooters and who got more killers in the world of all races of this world? White folks.
You making that up?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Ask the Indians. Ask the Japanese.
We didn't kill the Indians or Japanese. That was self-defense.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'll take it over.
It's war.
You dropped the bomb on Hiroshima.
Are you saying that whites are more awesome? Are you saying whites are superior at killing?
No, I'm saying they're more evil. And you know they're evil.
So you're racist.
You know y'all evil.
You're a racist, huh?
No, I'm just telling the truth.
You're a true racist.
That's why y'all.
Are you a truth-telling racist?
That's why y'all.
Are you a truth-telling racist, Tony?
That's why y'all don't want to talk about
Tony, are you a truth-telling racist?
Because y'all don't want to hear the truth.
Tony. Are you a truth-telling racist?
I'm not a racist, sir.
How are you not a racist?
I'm a human being.
No, you're not.
I don't label myself.
You think blacks are superior. You don't even think whites are human.
Of course we are superior. And you know we are.
You're superior at being in the fields. Did you hear my point about you belong in the sun more than me?
Because you're closer to God than you are.
Yeah, so you belong. We were right to put you in the fields working because we couldn't handle working in the fields. It's not good for our skin. It's good for your skin, not us.
But your days are coming.
So you belonged in the fields. Are you admitting? Are you admitting that Tony?
There'll be a more peaceful earth.
Tony, are you admitting that you belonged more in the fields?
No, I don't admit that.
You're superior for the fields.
If you want to think that, that's on you. That's your
You're
opinion.
not logical
Everybody
then.
got one.
You're not logical if you're if you can't admit that your body is superior for working in the fields. You're better fit for working in the fields, and we're better fit for being the boss in the house.
You are. No, because you paint. You understand?
Right, we're not supposed to be in the sun as much.
You can't go in the fields. You can't work in the fields.
Exactly.
You can't go in the sun.
Right. So we
can't
had the right
stand
idea. So did the
You can't
South?
even say,
Can you admit, Tony?
Tony,
Can you admit that the South had the right idea?
No, that was
See?
evil.
Now you're
That was
emotional. No, it's
No,
not
that's
evil.
not emotional. That was evil.
Work is not evil.
How can you treat a human being lower than an animal?
You're not lower than an animal. You're a slave.
No, that was the South.
Slaves are above animals.
No,
Yes.
not during that time they won't.
Yes, they were. Slaves were above the animals.
Y'all can murder and rape and get away with a pat on the back.
Slaves are above the animals.
No, that's not. That's a lie.
Yes, it is. It's the truth. Now you're just being emotional. You're not being
I'm not
logical.
being emotional.
You're being a woman.
Emotional because you're in denial.
Okay, I got a super chat for you.
Oh, here we go. Who is that?
Commander Kim on Odyssey says, Tony,
another Karen. What Karen want?
Don't use the K word. You're being racist. You're being racist against the white people. What a malicious person. I should ban you. Tony, when you watch Unsolved Mysteries from the mid-'80s, do you believe racism exists, Tony?
Of course it exists.
Is it wrong?
Is it wrong?
Yeah.
Ask God is it wrong.
So you don't know. Okay, good. Tony, when you watch Unsolved Mysteries from the 80s, you realize from police officer interviews that suspects running and fighting with and resisting arrest was extremely rare. It was unheard of. Wow.
That's it.
It was unheard of until it became popular with the blacks.
Because you know why it became popular? Because we were profiled. That's why, and we got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, and that's not good for you.
No, it ain't.
It's not good for you to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
We had to stand our ground, and that's all it was. We stand our ground and told that's why the Black Panthers were developed, because of the police brutality.
It sounds like you support resisting arrest. Do you support resisting arrest?
At the proper time, I do.
What's the proper time of resisting arrest?
When you pull me over for profiling.
And so that's the proper time of resisting arrest?
Yes, because you had no right to pull me over.
But you have no idea when the police officer is profiling or not. You're just imagining things.
Yes, we do, man. We ain't stupid.
And so he should resist. So a black should resist arrest. You endorse resisting arrest. What an evil person.
You know what I do? This is my way of resisting arrest. I don't ask no questions. I give you my license.
That's not resisting arrest, Tony. Now you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Typical blind, brainwashed, communist liberal.
I'm educating
That's not resisting arrest.
I give you
That's not resisting arrest, Tony.
Why you start over me?
Because you're not being honest.
Because that's the truth of the matter.
That's not true.
I don't ask no questions.
Not answering questions is totally different.
Forms of ID, and
I'm going to hang up on him. Should I hang up on him? Should I hang up on you, Tony? Or do you want to say goodbye?
Why are you being a true Christian?
Do you want to say goodbye now, or do you want me to hang up on you?
Why won't you hang up on me?
Because I'm done talking to you. We're done.
Huh?
You're a fellow human being. That's why I hang up on you. Bye. All right. What a mess. A couple more super chats, guys. Being enlightened till I rise says, if there's anything Tony should think twice about, if he could do just that, he wouldn't call into the show. But then again, Hake, you are right. Blacks are very entertaining. Thank you, Being Enlightened Till I Rise, over there on the rumble.com/the Hake Report. That's so black of him. That's so liberal of him. That's so communist of him. It's kind of like that black politician. Oh, so you don't condone looting. You know, the Brandon Johnson of Chicago, the mayor-elect, even worse than Lori Lightfoot, if that's even possible. Oh, yeah, nobody could embrace that. He can't say, no, I don't condone looting. He said nobody would embrace that. Of course, the looting of the commie capitalist corporations of the black, white, and Hispanic people. These corporations are looting tax dollars, our tax dollars, to make money off the backs of blacks and whites and Hispanics. They're the looters. They're the real looters, not the blacks who are looting. Calling one wrong to justify another. Anyway. Thank you, Being Enlightened Till I Rise. DJ Onpaw gave another diamond after 5 hours of James Tawny Hake. Harnk. He says with another diamond, I'm poking fun at your middle name. B. Hole. I don't know what that means, man. My middle name is Anton. Oh, Tawny. Anton. Tawny. That's funny. James Anton Hake. No, it was not named after a black. My great-grandpa was Anton, or Anton. Not Antoine. Jordanos with a super chat on streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. Samson Hake. Take Delilah to the square dance. Ballet shoes emojis. Your Uncle Jesse's amazing, and you are too. Well, thank you for the request, Jordanos. Square dancing. Square dancing. Sounds kind of boring. Thanks for the request. I shall, as the Indians say, the American Indians, I shall consider it forever. That's their nice way of saying no. Isn't that messed up? Indians. Shout out to the Indians. American Indians. Let me get to Washington. Trucker in Washington. DEVON on the line. Oh, I got to get to Lucas in the next hour. How you doing, DEVON?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, man. How about yourself today?
Doing fine, man. Doing fine.
You're not letting Tony get to you, are you?
Hopefully not. I don't know the answer to that. He might have gotten to me a little bit. They get under my skin, these clever people. Satan, two devils fighting with each other. Yeah, he might have gotten to me a little.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all it is, man.
True.
I was just funny how sometimes I think that people complain about, certain things, and especially when it comes to white, black, racism, blase, but it's just, at the end of the day, man, if people don't, complain or say anything about people doing stuff wrong, like these kids running around in Chicago. I mean, I don't know who did that shooting in Alabama at the Sweet 16 thing, but
I heard there was a fourth suspect. I thought I heard from this guy who's in the chat that a fourth suspect was arrested in that so-called Sweet 16 birthday party shooting in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they were black, but I'm not sure. I don't know how many suspects.
I'm going to do some research on that one.
Yeah.
But when you were saying the mass shooting thing, the supposedly a mass shooting is when more than 3 people get shot. I think they changed it, last year or whatever year they changed it. That was the definition.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just to amplify the gun laws. I mean, that was one of the main reasons why.
True.
Just to put emphasis on that. But it's just like with the scenario with there was a black guy within that, he was a staff member at the Christian school. Nobody's saying that was racist, but you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to what's going on in the world, the main issue is no fathers in the home and the parenting skills, man. And, if the father's not there and the children aren't, don't have somebody to protect them and show them and lead the right direction, I mean, 90% of the time they're going to make the wrong decisions. And I think Tony's more focused on the past and stuff that he has nothing to even do with it. I mean, he's probably born, maybe in the 50s, 60s or whatever. And, I mean, that stuff, I understand people try to use it all the time, but at what point in history are we going to just say, okay, let's let this go now? Like, there has to be some point where people are going to have to move on from this. We can't 500 years from now still be talking about the same thing over and over again and complaining about it. and still be asking for reparations or asking for some sort of handout or something. Like, I mean, all I know is just go get a job, you know.
Right.
Get a job. Shout out to get a job. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. I wanted to say one other thing. Shout out to Hassan, man. I seen he was back. I like that, what was it, the Country Music Tuesday or Country Tuesday?
Oh, yeah, Country and Western Tuesday skit with with Jesse Lee, the Jesse Lee action figure, 12-inch action figure. That's cool.
It's crazy. This guy, trucker I met yesterday, he has a French bulldog, and I was kind of telling him about doing a silent prayer, and he's like, you know what, man, I might need to do that. I said, hey, man, whenever you're ready, man, do it. But, you know, he's 25 years old. He got his own semi-truck. He's doing the right thing. I told him the only thing you missing, man, is God, man. That's the only, you know, that was the only thing that you need, man.
Yeah.
Just lead you in the right direction.
Yeah,
you
very
gotta
true.
Pray, man. Cool. But what else was going on in the Hake Report today? I know you have a long morning this morning, man. You're doing multiple shows today, man.
Yeah, that was fun. It was actually not bad at all. I guest hosted for the Jesse Lee Peterson show today, alongside Hassan and Nick, and the lines were full pretty much all 3 hours. I wasn't able to get to everybody, but I'm going to be talking about. I want to cover this Slotkin woman, I think, and some other things, and get to some calls. I have some calls that I didn't get to yesterday that I would be remiss were I not to get to them. So, and I have some cool Christian music to play. Some of it you've heard, some of it you have not. So, should be fun.
Well, I'm gonna be checking it out. Hey, Tony, all I was gonna say, Tony, man, don't be mad, man. Just let go of the past, man, and you know, just either be a good father, a grandfather, or uncle, or you know, and just lead the other people to the right direction, man. That's all we need, man. To just make righteous things and not complain, man.
Yeah.
But thanks, Hake, for taking my call, and shout out to Nick and Hassan, man. Y'all do y'all thing, man. And JLP and everybody, just keep working hard, man. God bless y'all, man.
You too, Devon. Appreciate you, man. Take care. All right, guys. We're nearing the top of the hour. It's time for some Christian music, at least according to Hake. Petra means rock. It's a Christian band, or was. And this is from 1995 album, No Doubt. And the name of this track is entitled, Hey, Think Twice. So grin and bear it, you musical Philistines. Or you can cover your ears and sing La La La, the Hake Report. Or you can go outside and plant your garden and harvest your crops and sling cows or whatever you guys call them, you farmer people. Blazing the hogs or whatever you guys do. And, or you can press mute. But I'll be right back for hour 2. Think Twice by Petra. good. Am I right? So 90s. Cool song for the tape.
Did you ever think twice? Something inside says stay away. Hey, did you ever think twice? When there's still time, you can go the other way. Hey, did you ever think twice? If it all bother, gonna pay the price. Hey, did you ever think twice?
Hey, did you ever think twice? Wait just a minute. Don't dive right into sin. Did you ever think twice about playing this song, Hake? I did, but I didn't anyway. Hey. Synth strings. Nice video and musical composition, son. Thank you, Dennis 2020. Yeah, we were playing the beach with the seagulls, Santa Monica Beach, and the wharf. It's not a wharf, the pier. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through that mildly attractive music, right? Mildly? Right on. I got to get to Lucas in California on the line. He was on hold forever yesterday, and I didn't get to him. Lucas, how you doing, man?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing fine. Good to hear from you.
Dude, you are, oh gosh, you are hilarious. That you said this is my show. It's like you need to make a shirt like my show. I cracked the whip. That dude, I cannot stop loving him.
Nice.
That was good. Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about, because I've been realizing that a lot of Christians, I think, they take humility and being humble too far, because either they get cocky or they get, taken advantage of. And I just wanted to see your take on, is humility taking like the best of Christians?
I think
a little too soft.
I think that we have a false humility going on, where the men are becoming soft and weak and nice, and saying, "Oh, sin keeps me humble." And I don't think that that's the purpose of sin. I think we're supposed to overcome it and yet be humble. Like,
yeah.
I don't think of, people think of Trump as being arrogant and full of himself and prideful, and I don't think of him that way. I think that's them projecting on him. And same with JLP. I think of him as a humble man, and JLP says that he does not sin. And Jesus was a humble man. Moses.
Isn't there like a middle? Like there's a middle though. Like where is it? Because I'm starting to think to just take away the word humble out of my lexicon forever, because there's like a middle line. Because humility, it can make you feel. It starts make you feel like you're better than people. Or you can take advantage. But like I struggle with the other part, where I think like I sometimes feel like I'm better. Like, oh well, they're not humble. That's why they don't understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think humble is not, the real humility is not a feeling, because thinking that somebody is better, people are better than you, or feeling like somebody is better than you, or like you're better than somebody, that's pride, really. So a lot of people are insecure, and they think that that's humility. And that's not. It's pridefulness.
I'm glad that you said that you put that, because you said another word, because it doesn't humility like that's why I think that word is, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but I think that word is a setup for Christians.
Sure.
Because it will lead you to pride and ego and all that.
It's kind of like, I disagreed with the caller who called into JLP today. He was this Christian guy. I think he thinks that Jesus is God. He believes that. Oh. And he said that, but that's beside the point. I asked him if he's 100% committed to God or something like that. And he said, I refuse to say that because I would be puffing up in pride by saying that. And I don't think that that's true. If he were 100%, I don't know if that's true. I think that that's an assumption on his part, because I don't think that he is 100% committed to God. I think most of us are not. Most of us are not committed to it. We're not. And that's probably why most of us are headed for, or in hell and headed for hell. So I think it's a fair question, and I think that if you were, you could say it and you wouldn't be puffing up in pride over it. So I think that it's a word that people get hung up on. And
what inspired me to ask this question is because Russ called in yesterday to Jesse's show, and it inspired because he was saying that I feel like I don't deserve him. Like everybody says, like I don't deserve it. Like he rejects stuff because he feels like he doesn't deserve it.
Oh,
that's the other part of humility. Like you're getting taken advantage of. And so it made me think of like, okay, yeah, humility can take, like humbleness can take you in all sorts of directions. And it's like nobody deserves or ever deserved anything. You know, that's how I believe. So
right.
But it makes Christians weak, or it makes Christians egotistical, prideful.
Yeah. And Russ is he's like I think he's an atheist or an agnostic, but he has this mentality of not feeling like he deserves. And he's
I don't even get that. I don't get, because you're just what like you. So you're saying people are better? Like nobody's better than anyone. No one deserved anything.
Right.
That's just how the world went. That's just how everything went. Like why are people looking at it like that? Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, if you have more to say, I just also wanted to say about what happened last night with me.
Okay. Goat Biscuit asks, humility is pride? No, people confuse their pride with humility because they think that they're worse than people, and what they're doing is judging. They're playing God. That's what my point is. Go ahead, Lucas.
I see. So, and if you guys want to show this video, so I think this video is actually going to go viral because my friend recorded it, and he has a pretty big platform. But so okay, I'm guilty. All right, I went through a 420 thing. I didn't smoke that. I can't smoke that. I can't because I'm almost like Jesse, like where I get paranoid and everything. But like whenever he did it, like whenever he was young.
Yeah.
But I did go to a 420 event. Okay, guys, I'm guilty. But there was a comedy show, right? And the comedian asked, usually the comedian asks the audience a question, but he asked the audience 4 questions. And me, of course, I'm going to ask. And all I said, look, other people ask questions like, oh, how was your career? And how did this go? And I forgot this was I didn't recognize him till later, that this is the comedian from Super Troopers, the Indian guy. And I said, I got a question. I said, what do you think about the black people in America? Dude, it's all on video. Everybody started getting crazy. I ended the whole comedy show, bro.
Whoa. Interesting.
I ended the whole I ended the whole comedy show, man.
So you were high when you asked this question? Sorry, kids.
I was a little, yes, I was a little. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
look, I don't usually do it, but like, I'm going through stuff, and you look, okay, you're not saying like, all right, okay, if you can do this, I know. All right.
Well, be careful, man. Yeah, just be careful because you don't want to get the mob after you.
Oh, people were following me. No, I had to call a lift and stay inside the venue.
Well, I'm not just talking about getting beat up. I'm talking about people will dox you, call your job, all kinds of evil things.
Oh yeah, but you come on. Hey, well, if you do know me like that, I am 10 times full of dox. It doesn't matter anymore. My last name is so distinct. It's like it doesn't matter anymore. Nobody.
But even still, you want to be wise and not let sleeping dogs lie. Right? Don't poke the bear unnecessarily. That's part of my point.
I just thought it was a fun. Like I thought when people are high on weed that everybody's cool and chill, all hippie.
No, sir.
But no. That's not
you ever heard of reefer madness? Some people commit crazy murders.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Some people say that's a myth, but I don't believe it. I think that there's some truth to it. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and it was kind of scary too because I always heard about the events. I never went to like the 420 event thing.
Yeah. But, what brought you there? You had friends. You had friends take you there, or what?
Yeah, I have a friend that and but I don't know. He was weird too. I think because he offered me to stay. I stayed at his house. Because I think you know what I'm going through, but I think he's a homosexual. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, well, be careful, man. I wish you well, Lucas, in California.
All right.
Take care, man.
Most definitely. Thank you, Hank. You have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye. Yeah, he mentioned Russ from Hampton, Virginia, I think. I think he's from Hampton, kind of like Rick from Hampton. But Russ is not like Rick. Russ is an angry guy. Easily angered. Just, he got an insanity thing going on. We all are insane, but he's like another level insane. With that anger, just easily goes off. It's pretty interesting. We wish him well. Nice. So, before I get back to calls, let me cover this story. This woman, right? I don't know if I should skip. Good at the Toonberry. Let me cover this gal, this evil woman, Slotkin, on the budget. Clip 42. My numbering system. Representative Slotkin tweeted out, Republicans, I call them Republicans, are demanding budget cuts in exchange for raising the debt ceiling, right? Because we're approaching this debt crisis. And it may be this, we get this unprecedented, what do you call it? Unprecedented defaulting on our debt. And America is going down. And they're going to blame the Republicans if the Republicans refuse to raise the debt ceiling and then we default on our debts, paying interest on our loans or whatever, and then the money, American money, will be valued less. But we're already on a house of cards, and it's the Democrats' fault, and it's the RINO's fault for going along with it too. And so it's interesting. But this evil woman, who's a female Democrat politician, is saying they still haven't proposed what they want to cut. It's like taking a hostage. Well, here, listen to her talk. It's about a minute long. And then she's like, at least leave a ransom note. Here it is.
The Republicans have to figure out amongst themselves, do they want to be the group that sends us over a cliff, that changes, maybe potentially forever, how American currency is viewed, how the American dollar is viewed, how, our ability to be a leader in the economy, the worldwide economy. And so they have some decisions to make. But at this point, they've said, we don't want to, we want you to live under the debt limit. We don't want you to spend all this money. But they haven't shown their cards on what they want, right? It's like they've taken someone hostage and they have not given a ransom note. Like, what do you want in order to get us out of this situation? So clearly there's some internal problems. They need to work that out. I actually am glad to see Mitch McConnell back today, right? Because I think he's been a more reasoned voice on this, particularly compared to House Republicans. So I'm hoping they get together and do the right thing. We need a straight extension of the debt limit, and then we need to negotiate like adults on the budget of the United States.
That was on Morning Joe, I guess. Morning Joe. Joe Scarborough, who was the MSLSD answer to he used to be conservative, right? To Sean Hannity. He was like the 99-cent store Sean Hannity, right? Joe Scarborough married that Mika, whatever her name is. After she was already married to somebody else, he was already married to someone else. They divorced and then got together. Anyway, that's beside the point. Elissa Slotkin. Elissa Slotkin. She doesn't seem like a Christian. I don't think she's a Christian. 46 years old, a female politician talking about let's be adults. Oh, she was CIA, fluent in Arabic and Swahili. Early life. Daughter of Kurt Slotkin and Judith Spitz Slotkin. Jewish, not a Christian. Farm girl from Holly, Michigan. Adults, we need to pass a straight budget. Evil people giving away billions to Ukraine. Something like 60% of the budget is for welfare. Welfare being like social spending, right? All this stuff. The phony slush fund called, or slash Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme I learned from Nick, host of Nickstream, host of American Anchor Baby Show. Social Security, you pay into it. The people paying into it now, the young whippersnappers paying into it now, supposedly, are subsidizing the lives of the old people. The old people who paid into it, that pay stuff that they paid into it did not subsidize their own lives. It's subsidized by the young people working. So what a scam. Government is evil. And you want the government to be the ones taking away the guns? I don't think so. So what would I cut? I would privatize Social Security. Get rid of it. I would end immigration. Get rid of Obamacare. Get rid of minimum wage. I would cut funding to Ukraine. I would, I don't know. There's so much stuff that is blowing money on. I would close the education department. I would close the Department of Injustice. They're enemies of the whites and the Christians and the men. I would, I don't know. I would shrink the government as much as I can. But anyway, I'm not in control. Other people know better than me, but they're not in power anyway either. Let's just get rid of it. Let's go ahead and default on the debt. Who cares? Our money's not worth anything. Terrible. Ridiculous. Joke of a country, in my opinion. Who even cares? Who even knows? Not Hake, that's for sure. But I think that some of it is cowardice. I say we defund single mothers, for example. But that's not politically correct, right? And we have a bunch of phony politicians who are scared of women. And it's not like Hake is this manly man who's not scared of women when push comes to shove. But it's a false culture that just kisses up to evil. And they don't want to deal with the blowback. They care too much about their own stuff and facing the world's attacks in response to standing up for what's right. Think about all the people who stand up for what's right in the government. Trump. And the whole government went against him, including the RINOs. Marjorie Greene, to an extent. The whole government's against her. I don't think she's doing it quite right, but still, she was trying to stand up for what's right, I think. Steve King, they ousted him. They're not for anybody decent. Hey, he's clearly scared of women since Strifecast. Forget you, man. So, it's crazy. What would I cut? I would cut everything. Terrible. Oh my goodness. Hang on. recently closed. Here we go. Okay. What else is going on with these women? I read this to you guys already, I feel like, but let me read it once more. I mentioned this on Hake News Monday, the 17th of April. I have confidence in the American economy, says woman. Now you know it's gone. Do they want to be the group that brought it down? Only by reputation. Reality says otherwise. I just cannot believe that they would let such a major, major disaster happen. That's what Christine Legarde said, female president of the European Central Bank. What? Telling CBS on Sunday, what, did she go on 60 Minutes or CBS Morning Show or what? She has huge confidence the U.S. will not allow the country to default on our own debt. If Congress doesn't allow the debt ceiling, analysts say the U.S. doesn't address the debt ceiling. Analysts say the U.S. could potentially face its first ever default as early as this summer, which would have drastic economic ramifications. Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy plans to set the tone over the GOP's demands in a speech, which was on Monday, I guess, in New York. But I guess he didn't name anything. Because Kevin McCarthy is kind of a RINO. I'm quite sure Kevin McCarthy is a full-blown RINO, but he functioned under Trump, so I liked him somewhat. Based ChiCom Donnie Yen. I meant to get to this earlier this week, and then I will get to your calls. Hang tight, guys. There's one line open. Donnie Yen, Wing Chun, Ip Man. He's that guy. He was in various things. Some great movies, some not that great movies. He responded to a petition calling for his Oscars removal, and this was way back in the end of March. And it was a Yahoo News / Next Shark, whatever that is. He called Donnie Yen. He's Chinese, and he's calling out cancel culture. I love his English, too. So in Hake News back on the 18th, Tuesday of this week, hour 2, I covered how the un-American, anti-patriotic, pro-government feds who go after pro-American patriots who criticize the corrupt, evil government of America. They're going after the pro-China government Chinese who are in America. Sometimes they're American citizens. They're CCP members going after the fellow Chinese nationals in America who are criticizing the Chinese government, right? So they're in America, because there's so many Chinese allowed to in America that the Chinese have to send some Chinese over here or recruit some Chinese over here to control the Chinese over here running their mouths against China. You follow me? I'm moving on even if you're not following me. So there are pro-China government Chinese U.S. citizens, follow that? Who are going after Chinese nationals occupying America who are critical of the Chinese government, such as, I don't know, Epoch Times maybe. The Epoch Times is Chinese owned. They're I was going to say Foshan, but that's not. They're, that supposed cult. But they're for whatever. What a mess, huh? But Donnie Yen, I feel like I hesitate to ask Hassan to Google an image of Donnie Yen, but he's Wing Chun, Ip Man. He's the guy who trained Bruce Lee. He played that guy. And he beat up 10 Japanese. I'm allowed to love my own culture, love my own country. Why cannot I be patriotic? The Hong Kong actor said. Donnie Yen responded to a petition called for his removal as presenter for the 2023 Academy Awards, which is already passed, I think. So it's like old news, but he's responding to them now, I guess. Days before the actor introduced This Is a Life and the Everything Everywhere All at Once song, nominated for Best Original Song, a Change.org, bunch of liberals generally, right? Petition calling for Donnie Yen's removal as an Oscars presenter had accumulated tens of thousands of signatures. The petition came after Donnie Yen maintained his support for the Chinese government and condemned the 2019 Hong Kong protesters. Remember, they were trying to call those Hong Kong protesters pro-democracy protesters? They're a bunch of young, blind, brainwashed communists fighting against the communist government. So I don't care. Oh, there he is. Donnie Yen. That's Donnie Yen? Nice. Ip Man. He's a really talented martial arts guy. He's pretty fun to watch in the action movies. He plays really well. Ip Man. I saw Ip Man 2 first, which is kind of like Rocky 4, but in Chinese. And the bad guy's not Russian, he's British. Anyway, he was in an interview a month or two ago for John Wick Chapter 4. I guess he makes an appearance in John Wick 4. Look at him. Oh, I liked him in Wuxia, and Bodyguards and Assassins, even though his head looked funny because they made him bald, but I don't think he was really bald. I don't think they shaved his head. I think they just put a bald cap on him, so his head looked all fat and weird. But anyway, yeah, Bodyguards and Assassins. Sort of a slow movie, but I liked it. He said it wasn't a protest, referring to the Hong Kong pro-democracy protest. It was a riot, he told the GQ. I feel like he was in some movie with that black guy who plays that, like, Blade or Blade Runner or something like that. He was in one of those movies. The black, oh, look at him. Yeah, I think that might be it. So weird there. I was like, gave him blue eyes. Donnie Yen. He's no Bruce Lee, though, but he's Donnie Yen. They tried to make him Bruce Lee one time. Oh, gosh. Anyway, despite efforts to remove Donnie Yen from his role at this year's Oscars, the actor stood on stage March 12th at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood to present the Best Original Song Award to Natu Natu for the Indian Telugu language RRR, triple R. So anyway, he praised Michelle Yeoh for her work, and she got Best Actress for Everything Everywhere all at once. Look at him. What's that thing that black guy? Man, Wesley Snipes. Is it a Wesley Snipes movie that he's in? They're playing like a bunch of vampires or something. I don't even know. Anyway, he goes, I'm allowed to love my own culture and denounce the Hong Kong riots, right? It's kind of like the equivalent of us not supporting Black Lives Matter or Me Too or Occupy Wall Street or something like that, right? Bunch of these dumb, evil protesters. Blind, brainwashed masses of crowds. And yeah, they're against the Chinese government. Chinese government's evil too, but I don't care. Love my own country. Why cannot I be patriotic? This is his English. This whole online cyberbullying / cancel culture, oh gosh, has to stop. You can't own somebody's thoughts. Nice. I agree with that, Donnie Yen. And you want to silence them? It's totally hypocrites. That's his English. It's totally hypocrites. Shout out to the Chinese. The petition was still active and it had 114,000 signatures, even though the Oscars had already passed. So anyway, I called him based ChiCom patriot Donnie Yen. Probably a liberal. Yeah, it was Blade. Good movie, says Strifecast. Blade Runner is also a good movie. Nice. RRR was pretty good, says Renesio. Blade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, I counter-signal all these China haters because we got... Oh, Donnie Yen was in Blade 2. We got, as Trump rightly said, our enemies are more directly... Well, our own thoughts, like I mentioned, our own thoughts and emotions first, right? Satan. Occupying us, possessing us. And then, of course, the devil in others in our own country. Running our own country into the ground. Elissa Slotkin. Maybe even Marjorie Greene to some extent. She's like her own worst enemy, maybe. So, all these people talking about TikTok, zigzag. Anyway, I got to get to calls, guys. Too much talking. Frederick in LA has been on hold forever. I got to get to him. Thank you guys for bearing with me through that. Frederick, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, Hank?
Fine, thank you.
What do you think about this plan that's playing out? It's all God's plan. It's gun control.
You think gun control is part of God's plan because he's allowing it to happen?
It started off racially motivated. You know, blacks weren't able to own guns.
Racially? Well, that's because we were protecting ourselves from you people.
Fear. Oh, not anger.
Huh?
Fear leads to anger, and then anger leads to, like, evil, right?
No,
You don't say the people
anger
were
leads to fear. Anger leads to fear. Fear doesn't lead to anger.
Fear does lead to anger. When you backed in the corner, you're either going to fight or flight.
No, anger leads to fear.
Well, either or, both of them's evil, right?
Yeah.
So who's the evil people?
Everybody.
No, I mean, if you don't want certain people to have guns, I'm with you. You're fighting your own race. The government is coming for your guns. It's not the blacks. But we're going to arm up. There's enough black Rambos and black gun owners. We do it as you do, teaching our kids to shoot also. But what you're failing to realize is who made these gun laws and why were they made in the first place. And when we open them up, it's going to be fair.
It's going to be fair?
Plan. Oh, yeah. I mean, who's going to take the first shot? It's going to be neighborhoods just with scopes inside their bedrooms, hoping the bullet don't fly through the wall because they're so integrated now. You really can't picture a race war. So it's going to be the government. And the first line of Christians willing to die for their faith are going to be the ones on the front line saying, government, come get them. And we're going to sit back and watch God's plan play out.
You imagine that there's going to be some sort of civil war in America that's worse than what we have now?
It ain't going to be a civil war. It's just going to be the South wanting to keep their guns. And every child that dies creates white guilt amongst 50 family members that change their vote. And then all these mass shootings are creating more white guilt and compassion. And something's going to have to stop. And the vote's going to be like, hey, here you go. We're going to get them eventually. And then the front line of Christians going to stand up and be persecuted for their faith.
So do you have what was your question or your comment?
Gun control. You like lower the age to 17, 16?
We should not have an
15s for everybody.
I think we shouldn't have an age limit, maybe. Maybe 12. 12 might be good.
You know those 12-year-old soldiers over in Africa?
Yeah, exactly. And they're responsible. Man. They're trustworthy with a gun. They're not going to just willingly.
How are you going to try them in a court of law when they're minors?
Because we make them counted as adults.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. There's such a thing as juvenile hall.
Age of, excuse me?
There's such a thing as juvenile hall.
All right.
We figured it
out.
out.
So the war on the street's going to be fought by juveniles.
But it's not. But usually they're not going to be doing this evil stuff because we're not going to be promoting anger and division and suspicion. We're going to get rid of all the anti-discrimination laws, and it'll be heaven on earth.
Oh, okay.
It's all part of God's plan. I think you and I are both living in our imagination on that one. This is just all theoretical.
Right, but I think it's not theoretical because, I mean, our politicians are split on...
Oh, yeah, no, for sure evil is running the show. And God's allowing it to happen.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. There was a man like Jesse out of Memphis over in Africa, and he commissioned the first Ptolemy. He was the European pharaoh. He wanted to be like God, a lowercase g, like we were. You know what I'm saying? He tried to steal my bloodline.
Oh.
But listen to this. He created this Serapis, and there was bishops of Christ before Jesus. So all this Jesus is God nonsense, I agree with Jesse when you don't need the Bible to have a connection with God. You need to return to the Father, the one first God, the only God, and be at peace at what's happening. I don't see why people get so mad and the devil shows in them when you try to teach them the truth. You said earlier in your show that I guess I could research it, but that's boring. But you play Nintendo and all that other stuff, and you're like, what's in the way of people figuring this stuff out and that they've been lied to? It's like you're holding up a front that's holding up another front, and division in the whole world's running amok. So many different denominations and what to believe in everybody's life. Religion and wars and all of this. Poof. It's just sad. Fear, anger is a legitimate feeling. They trying to control it. Be silent. Stand up all at once. And it's confusion.
But anger is not a legitimate feeling. It leads to that confusion.
Right, but trying to overcome it and watching everything happen at the same time, it's hard to do when you just saying, do it. It's like, how do I overcome depression? Just don't be depressed. Just stop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
just be happy.
No. Yeah, I understand. That's how the whole job of psychology created itself. Like, come talk to me and you'll feel better about it.
I know. What a scam.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Making money out of useless, valueless mess. It's terrible. It's funny.
But it's America, baby. And listen, we got to, what do you think? You said make the government smaller, right?
Yeah.
Defund everything. So
right.
The old people going to have to work if they're 80, get a job.
Well, I mean, yeah, because, but if we get rid of minimum wage, the old people will be able to be, 25 cent an hour ushers at the movie theater and stuff like that, Because not everybody wants to be escorted around by a AI robot.
The movie will be over by the time they get their walkers back and forth to usher everybody in.
Yeah, but they can work at Walmart and say hi they can work at Walmart for 25 cents an hour and say hi, and that 25 cents will actually be worth something. Because we will have deflated the money. I don't know.
Capitalism or spirituality, that's what it comes down to.
And guns will be available for 25 cents.
No, the technology and the AI is coming to replace you, so you will be a slave in the future. McDonald's, everything's going to be already automated to what you want and what you like. And there's going to be like, who's going to do the work? You're going to start seeing the laborers getting paid, and capitalists is just going to be the rich at the top, and the middle class or the ones that think they got money, it's going to diminish because the ones that are going to get in the fields and do the work are the ones that are going to get paid and start their own business. Or they're going to revolt. You know how they do it. They're going to ride for their car. Like, hey, we picking this corn, we doing the work, we're doing the labor. Pay us.
I feel like you're rambling.
Stops. No, I'm just saying.
This is my show. I ramble on Hake.
No, God's plan is going to work out. This technology, don't be scared of it. All these Christians turning into their little corner, sticking their head in the ground from it like, oh, just peace, be still. That ain't going to work. I call in and give you the blues. And Pharaoh's actual height was like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7".
No, the real Egyptians, you're wrong. Art is right. The real Egyptians are 6'7" and skinny.
No, they're not.
Yeah, and you're black. You're a Negro.
No,
you built it. I gotta go, man. Nice talking to you.
All right, take it easy.
All right, bye. Terrible. That was funny. William in California is on the line. Oh, okay. I have to get to William. Hang tight, callers. William, how you doing, man? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not going to hold you too long, but they done bought all the guns up. So, Tony, the Second Amendment's going nowhere. And, yeah, I'll take Larry Elder with Trump as a running mate, and we'll get 12 years of power.
Nice.
Drop all the regulations, blow up Social Security. No, leave Social Security alone. Blow up the food stamp office. Get rid of the teachers union. Clean up the military. It'll take 3 years, and that's it.
Nice. I would love that.
And your callers don't even believe what they're saying themselves. So
Nick says he's voting for Vivek, not Vivek Murthy, Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek Murthy is a liberal.
Well, I'm not going to hold you too long. I got another line open.
I appreciate it, man. It's good to hear from you, William.
Yeah, man. Just drop all the regulations. Get Larry Elder and Donald Trump together.
You think Larry Elder would be a good one, huh?
12 years of power. Just like we did in the 80s with Reagan and Bush.
I don't know if Larry Elder is ready. He might be ready by that point. He wasn't ready when we were voting for him in California.
VP.
He may be
under Trump.
Yeah. I would love
12 years.
I would love to see him do well.
Yeah. Get rid of the regulations.
Yeah.
And why are 30, 40, and 50-year-old people talking about minimum wage? Hey, have a good weekend, James.
Thank you, William. Appreciate it. You
All
too.
right.
Take care. All right. Bye. Let me get to John in Kentucky. John in Kentucky. Been on hold forever. John, you're killing me. John wanted to ask, how you guys come up with your topics? Magic. No, whatever CNN tells me to talk about. And then whatever callers want me to talk about sometimes. And then whatever, I don't know, Twitter has. Artie Art from I almost said the Sundown Town, but I don't think he's from Dayton. Art from Ohio is on the line. How you doing, Art?
Art from Ohio, but he dang sure ain't from Dayton.
Nice.
What was that lady from MSNBC talking about? She said Mitch McConnell. What was she talking about?
She was trying to say, oh, Mitch McConnell is doing a good thing. He's trying to work with us. Mitch McConnell, the RINO. And yeah, Mitch McConnell is a talented politician. He knows how to get done what he wants to get done. But he's also a RINO and weak. So when you're getting praised by a female Democrat saying, oh, Mitch McConnell is going to work with us on the budget, then has he done anything good for the government? I don't know that Mitch McConnell has done that much good. He's done a lot of... I don't know.
He's a poopy pamper sleazeball.
Sorry.
And, is she a Republican?
No, she's a Democrat. She's not even a Christian.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't get too much sleep last night or whatnot, and me and AOC allegedly stayed the night over her. What's that lady's name from on MSNBC, the politician?
Elissa Slotkin? Elissa Slotkin?
Yeah, me and AOC allegedly stayed over Elissa Slotkin's house last night. And I was sleeping and whatnot, and AOC woke me up allegedly, and she like, what's that art? What's that sound or whatnot? I said, I don't know. So I hop up, being the alpha male that I am, I hop up out the bed, hey. And as soon as I get off the bed, I start tripping all over crayons and markers. I look at AOC. I said, girl, why don't you pick up these markers and stuff? So I go stick my head out the window or whatnot, and all I kept hearing was, man, come to find out, Hake, Elissa Hopkins, then she done been up and down the steps like 10 times that night, man. She been eating all night. She can't stay out the refrigerator, man.
Terrible.
Breathing all head.
Allegedly.
I'm walking out. Allegedly. So I'm walking out there to go use the bathroom. I'm like, what is all this? I'm like, what is this all on the ground? I'm thinking it's like the paint chips or floor, little design for the floor or something. Come to find out, she got crumbs from cakes or whatnot all over the floor. I'm stepping on crumbs from cakes and stuff. She just can't keep her out the refrigerator with her Democratic self, man.
Yeah, that's the midnight snacks. They can't resist them. It's too the stress of the job is too stressful, so she has to stress eat. Terrible.
Yeah, we gonna have to impeach her, man. She eating too much.
Yeah.
Long story.
Can you impeach a congressman, a female congressman?
Oh, well, if not, I'm gonna talk to AOC or whatnot, and we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna have to set that up, because AOC already get AOC to make some things happen around here, man.
Right on.
Definitely.
True story.
So, so you just lay off AOC or whatnot, horsey mouth. That's my horsey mouth or whatnot. And
okay.
We'd be cool. Hey.
Sounds good, man.
All right. I'll catch you later, buddy.
All right. Appreciate you, Art. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Just kidding. Artie Art does not do interracial dating. It was It's just jokes. It's just jokes. Don't get nervous. A super chat over on streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. John WX25 says, Tony got a problem with the troof. Great 5 hours, Hake and team. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate that, John WX25. How'd you like co-hosting JLP today, Hassan? Thank God.
Loved it.
Nice.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It went by so fast.
I know. I couldn't believe it when the hour was up, and then another hour was up, and then it was over.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope there was some value, right? JLP will be back for church with Jesse Lee Peterson. Will you be there for church on Sunday, Hassan, do you think?
Lord willing.
Nice.
And the creek don't rise.
Right. One can never predict the future. I love church with JLP. I've been going ever since 2007, February 2007, off and on sometimes. But yeah, it's cool.
Same build. It was still same.
Yeah,
building?
it was here, and it was. You've seen some of the throwback services, right? So it was more like 90s Christian bookstore decor.
Yeah.
And now it's more updated thanks to Ryan.
Yeah.
Our former interior designer guy. Design consultant, whatever. Yeah, he did a good job. Nice. And young people are catching on.
Yeah.
And old people. It's cool. And the ladies. We cherish the ladies. We love the ladies. If you fear women, you don't love them. If you use them for a little bit of S-word here and there, that's still not love, Zeus. I don't know if Zeus catches Hake. But yeah, that was fun. That was good. There was some good conversations there.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. Thanks, Hassan.
Yes,
let me double check over on the rest of the super chats over here. Thank you, Saverio Jones, for giving those supports on D Live. I don't know if I know how to get paid on D Live anymore. It's terrible. Spoiler alert gave a tip. Ask yourselves, to whom do we owe the national debt? Yeah, who? Ooh. Is owed the national debt. Yeah, the national debt. Ourselves? Some foreign governments? I don't know. Maybe if we do debt forgiveness, do you know? I don't know if you know the answer. To whom do we owe the national debt? I mean, don't we give money to a bunch of these countries and then we owe them too? Do you have any idea?
That's a good question.
I know that China, we borrow from China, I've heard. I have no idea, spoiler alert.
Yeah, we do give a lot of money.
Right.
And then we're still in debt.
Right, we're borrowing a lot of money. This debt economy, people, a lot of the anti-Jewish people, the Jewish critics of Jewish people criticize usury. Like it's not a Christian value to borrow and lend. The dictionary says at exorbitant rates, but that when you say exorbitant rates, that leaves wiggle room. Whereas borrow and lend and oh no man means you don't owe anybody anything, which is an interesting way to live. Like I don't know if there's such a thing as good debt. You know, buy a house and you pay it off over 30 years or less, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that, spoiler alert. I don't know anything about politics. It's not China, says, I'll give you a hint. It's not China, says N Strand. Is it the Fed? Tell me it's not the Federal Reserve Bank. I have no idea.
Maybe he's saying Israel.
I know that we lend a lot of money to Israel. I don't think it's Israel themselves, but there may be Jewish people who are running the Fed. Because I happen to know that, spoiler alert, is a Jew critic. I don't know if he's a Jew blamer. But anyway, one should not blame. You can criticize, but not blame. Always love even your enemy. But yeah, I don't know. It's terrible. The ones who print the money, says Severio Jones. But yeah, how are they? How are we? Oh, them. They're just making up imaginary money and imaginary debt. I don't know. It's a scam. It's just house of cards. I've used that word many times. Anyway, that's our best answer, man. Is we don't know. Asmodor says with a super chat on Odyssey, the national debt is owed to the Federal Reserve and foreign governments like China. The Federal Reserve? Forget them. And so they have a vested interest in us not failing, but failing just enough to, but not fail. Comfortable slaves. So this house of cards is very intricate, and we have to keep it going. What a mess. It's terrible. Anyway, thank you guys for the education. Edumacation. Maze, my favorite caller from the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio, is on the line. How you doing, Maze?
Hello, James. Tell Hassan, I know he's ready to eat his sweets today.
Why do you say that?
Ramadan. What?
You say that he's ready to eat his sweets today because it's the end of Ramadan?
Yes.
You want to respond to this or no comment? But he's not Muslim? Have you ever been Muslim?
What? I mean,
were you born Muslim?
No, I've always been Christian, but
okay.
You understand what I'm saying, James? You don't. That's what I'm saying. Understanding makes a better person. When you don't understand something, you call it hate.
That's
and also, what
not
I would like
true.
for this,
but
but
amazed, but I do partake sometimes in fasting with my father because my father does it. So
yeah,
so you're right.
So you fast all day. So now you can eat your sweets during the day.
Yeah, no. They don't eat it until the end of Ramadan. But have James, Jesse, and Nick try it for a month, and maybe they'll find the cleansing to real and not the silent prayer.
What'd she say? Find cleansing to real and not silent prayer?
Yes, and also James.
I didn't understand what the statement was, but
you know what I think? Yeah, you know what I think the Congress should do?
What?
They should get rid of all of the contracts. They should get rid of all of these sidekicks money that they make and do the work for free and do for the people and get paid once a year, just one paycheck.
You're talking about the politicians?
Yes.
Get paid once a year minimally?
Yes.
The politicians.
And I guarantee you they all will be gone, sucking the life out of everybody else for things that we want, and they trying to give us the things that we don't want that we pay for.
That may not be a feasible option, kind of like the ideas that I came up with, but I kind of like the idea, to be honest. I think our public servants shouldn't be getting rich off of us and getting overpaid like they are. I think that they should be public servants.
And we shouldn't be listening to what they're telling us and following and being mad with people because of the stupid stuff that they're doing.
Yeah, they work for us, not us for them.
I wish people would realize that.
Yeah. So what? Okay. Well, thank you, Maze. I didn't get what your point was about us in the silent prayer and Ramadan, but we should do a Ramadan.
No. Yes, you should do a fast. You know what that is? Some pretend Christians do it.
Yeah.
To fast to cleanse their souls.
Right.
Maybe Hassan can teach you how to do it.
But I disagree with you that ignorance is hatred.
It's a bliss. It sure is.
No, it's not.
Ignorance brings on fear and stupidity, and when you don't understand people, and you call it hate.
I disagree.
And I don't know what y'all got going on with women.
Jesse Lee, for example, Jesse Lee is
I don't know what they ever did to you, but
Jesse Lee is very ignorant of many things, but he has no hatred.
Did I call her Jesse hater? Did I say Jesse hate?
No, I'm just making the point that ignorance is not directly related to hatred.
My question is: should people be teaching people to hate, or should they teach them the truth so they can determine what they want to be?
They should neither. Neither.
Because when people hate, they go out and hurt people. From an understanding that they don't have no clue.
True. Yes, when people hate, they hurt one another.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing that.
No, everybody's not doing it.
Almost everybody.
Not almost. It's just a small group.
It's not a small group. A small group of non-haters?
Really?
Yeah.
But that's why I say they do it in the name of Christianity. So they're doing it in the name of Christianity. They're doing everything in the Bible, trying to relive it. Something in the Bible, everything has been done in there, and they're trying to relive it.
Well, Maze, nice talking with you.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. Take care. That was Maze from the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio. My favorite caller. Now is time for some music, guys. It's the end of the show. This has been the Hake Report. I hope you enjoyed it. Do make sure you catch the Fallen State, even with that annoying black laugh gal. If you're annoyed, you have no love. And then, of course, Nickstream, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Normally during the week, it's 12 noon, Anchor Baby show, American Anchor Baby. But it's Nickstream, 4 p.m. Pacific time today. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson on Sunday. Jesse Lee was out of town, but he will be back. Okay, guys? So let's play Easter Rise Up by Mary Rice Hopkins. It's a nice Christian children's song. Adios, America. Bye.
Stand up, turn around, touch the ground, for I am alive. I can dance, I can sing, I can do so many things. I'll tell you the reason why. He rose up from the grave. He rose up from the grave. He is not dead, he is alive. He rose up from the grave. Stand up, turn around, touch the ground, for I am alive. I can dance, I can sing, I can do so many things. I'll tell you the reason why. He rose up from the grave. He rose up from the grave. He is not dead, he is alive. He rose up from the grave. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, oh children of the Lord. I can run, I can walk, I can listen, I can talk. I am glad to be alive. I can work, I can play, I am happy to say this is the reason why. He rose up from the grave. He rose up from the grave. He is not dead, he is alive. He rose up from the grave. Rise up, oh children